Good morning. This is David Taylor Klaus, and it's episode 21 of Mindset Monday DTK. Don't you love when the broadcast starts when you didn't realize it was starting? All right. So, as a reminder, Mindset Mondays with DTK is a year-long program designed for folks who have a growth mindset or want to create or develop a growth mindset to play with new concepts, new ideas, new ways of thinking and engaging with the world. So this is the opportunity for you to click just to your right, click share to expand our audience, to share this experience with other folks that you know, to engage them, to share the concept of shifting mindset with folks in your community. Good morning, Ani. I see Mexico City's on board this morning. So, the why are we here piece, this is that opportunity to change the way you shift. And today's quote, today's idea playground is no different. This is an opportunity to look inward. Last time we talked about the idea of balancing our energy, treating it like currencies, and this is the opportunity to look at the most important currency. Hey, Irene. Nice to see you, and Richard as well. Europe is represented today. So let's look at today's quote. Let me pull it up onto the broadcast stage. So this is Edith Sodergren. She's a poet from the turn of the century. The inner fire is the most important thing that mankind possesses. The inner fire is the most important thing that humankind possesses. What an opportunity. This goes right along again with what we were playing with last week about currency and balancing energy and being choiceful about how you expend your most valuable currency, your most valuable resource. The biggest source of fuel that we have is that inner fire, and connecting with that inner fire and what moves you at your core. What a huge opportunity. This is an inexhaustible resource. I had a conversation with a coach recently about the difference between coaching and consulting. And what Shannon Graham talks about is the idea that your creativity, your capacity is an unlimited, inexhaustible resource. And if your model relies upon your knowledge, the information you have taken in and are able to synthesize and spit back out, that's an exhaustible resource. Creativity and capacity, your abilities are what is inexhaustible. Well, yes, and I think it goes even one step deeper. What's inexhaustible is that inner fire. But that requires being still long enough and taking that moment to identify what your inner fire is. How to harness it requires being able to name it. So call it life purpose. Call it your mission. Call it your quest. Call it whatever you will. It's that work that you do in the world. That which you are here for is fueled by that inner fire. That is the most important and most precious thing, gift, source of energy that we have. Thanks, Lawrence. That is our opportunity. So what's yours? Are you able to name and identify what your purpose is? Do you know why you're here? Are you clear what your fuel is? That's really the most important question. Are you clear? Can you articulate? Can you touch that inner fire? There's a concept called stake that we worked with in a leadership development program. And part of that is, so Elaine and I both went through the Coactive Leadership Program. The CTI, the Coaches Training Institute, has a program called the Coactive Leader the Coactive Leadership Program. And it's a 10-month-long leadership development program punctuated by 4 nearly week-long retreats in really cool locations around the globe. This is not a pitch. One of the outcomes that Elaine and I took away is a concept called stake, the words by which we live our lives. And this is something that both Elaine and I keep in our offices, that very real capture of the work that we do in the world. And I can talk to any of you offline about stake and more of an idea of what that is, but play with purpose. I think that's a great way to capture it for this conversation. And being clear about what your life purpose is. What are you, and what is the work that you're meant to do in the world? And I'm clear. I know that around my work, I am that resonant energy that unearths and unleashes the power of the heart. That captures the work that I'm here to do. That is what fuels my coaching, my parenting, my partnering. It's behind everything that I do. Yeah, it took me a long time to figure out that that's who I am. And that's what I'm here for. And it's made all the difference. And it's where my energy comes from. It's where, it's not just the ADD. That's where the inexhaustibility that I have comes from. That's why I do what I do. And the chance to actually share that in public and have it drive what I do, and not just have people hear it, but know that that's the inner fire that is driving me. It's why I wake up every day. So why do you wake up every day? What is it that gets you moving? What is it that gets you out of bed? What's your purpose? And I think more importantly than knowing just what your purpose is, where do you create space in your world to get in touch with that inner fire, to become acquainted with that which is driving you? Are you creating time and space in your world to figure this out? Or are you constantly running from, running towards, doesn't matter. Where do you create that space and that time? And who do you do that with? Is it a professional group, a group of peers? Is it events or conferences or workshops that you go to? Is it personal retreats? Tom Bauer with ProfitWorks. They're an EOS implementer. He and his partner do something called a Clarity Trip. And it's actually a program they will eventually be doing for organizations where they went and walked the Camino for 9 days, or hiked Kilimanjaro, or spent 10 days around Machu Picchu. An opportunity to be away from this energy and focusing on the work that they do and what's important to them. And where do you take time for clarity? Where do you stop to focus? Or do you already know what your life purpose is? Do you know why you're here? Isn't that the question? Why are we here? And are we spending our time doing that which we're here for? Forget the grammar. Are you spending your time and your energy on the right things? Yes, I'm voting on the right things. What are the right things to spend time on? Wow. The inner fire is the most important thing that humankind possesses. Spending your time in that inner fire, expressing what that inner fire is driving. For me, being that energy that unearths and unleashes the power of the heart. That's spending your time on the right thing? Is it driving your choices? Yeah. Are you drawn to figure out what that inner fire is? Are you excited by it or terrified by it or both? Are you willing to explore, to figure it out? But if the answer is yes, hell yes. If the answer is no, really? Back to that idea of running from or running towards, that two energies of motivation, the energy, the irritation, moving away from, or the inspiration, the moving towards. Wow, the inner fire. I'm a little terrified of it and a little inspired by it. And all of the above. This is that cool place where both flavors, both energies of motivation pile onto each other and compound each other and flame each other, fan the flames of each other. Yeah, you're a little terrified of it, and you're a little inspired by it, and you're a little bit freaked out and blown away. So lean in. There's nothing more satisfying than getting to spend your day, your time, your energy focused on the most important thing. You know, I believe that every human is here to create some sort of a shift. So is every company, so is every organization. Here to create some sort of a shift. The lucky ones are the ones who know what that shift is. Well, if you believe we create our own luck, yes, we do. Yeah. I love this idea. I love this topic, and I love the opportunity that this provides for everyone who has the chance to see this live or later. This is the opportunity to figure out why you're here, what the work is that you're meant to do, and then how to spend your time doing exactly that. So, my favorite question, what will you change now? What will this Monday give you a chance to shift or change or reset or start? Because this is the opportunity, right? The inner fire is the most important thing that humankind possesses. Well, humans, you possess that inner fire. What would it be like to harness it? All right, so until next week, I invite you to join the Facebook group and share your thoughts about this conversation, this idea, this mindset, and join the conversation. It's at Facebook. There's actually an address. Facebook.com/groups/Mindset Monday. Come step into the sandbox and play along. And until then, until next week, what mindset will you choose?